welcome to Tyrone G. Ray's show. Alright, so I'm starting out investing, but definitely going back to doing this again. From earlier today, one of the videos was supposed to put out, that's going to get put out tomorrow. I was doing some rather technical things about not too long ago, and I just started up this video and uploaded it on this platform. Now, despite anybody else thinking anything, try to say if anybody don't know to something, or whoever they are, we're really not gonna go into that crap that you want to present as you call what you know what you're talking about in experts and facts. We're not here to give you the Mr. and Mrs. I'm smart and I'm Miss Universe and Miss Alfred Einstein or Miss the Albert Einstein geniuses of the world here. That's what we're not gonna do here. I don't give a damn about any of that. By the time you do that, you ain't gonna be able to breathe or survive long enough to do that, the way this world is going. So, because people and humanity know one thing for you. No matter who you are, you ain't no more special than anybody else. You all suck. Just know that. You suck. You're not all you think you are. You're not gonna change anything. A leopard does not change his spots. But this law is going to be questionable, and it's partially embargoed by the idiots and the fools who put their percentage in to get great food anywhere else. And where else do they get it from? The Wendy's. The man who doesn't do anything else and anything different but eat 10-piece chicken nuggets and honey mustard sauce with fries of vanilla frosty. The type of fool who would do that and be in the line, in a long line, and then go to the other place, which is Burger King, and have it to be closed and then not have Burger King to be a long line as well. All because of some jealous animosity of somebody who wants to eat lobsters on Instagram. That's what this is partially embargoed by. And ungrateful ingrates who don't know when to stop being a filo de mucha. That's what this is barred by, and the views that are reflected upon them and their foolishness. Alright, here we go with Raw, regardless. Now, you have Vince coming out and starting off the show. That's what you have. First and foremost, he's starting off the show. He's talking about what's happened on Raw and everything, how it's going to be so spectacular. Great. The chairman of the board is going to make everything okay and do everything he normally does to probably tear it up again 1 week later. Because he only shows up on Raw to save face. And you all know that that's what he does anyways. Yeah. To save face. So you gotta excuse me here. The program begins off like that. You know, that's what happened. And hold on for a second. I'm checking some things. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna go into this. Let's see. And then in the Bay Area, Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where they're at right now. The chairman comes out to a big pop. No surprise there, but you all know your plans to be going on with the chairman, and you give him a big pop. When the chairman of the board comes out, you give him a big boo for every week that he tries to present a real great programming, and then it's not always what you want it to be in the first place. I probably didn't really miss anything. It probably sucked to begin with, just the same repetitive stuff. Repetitive crap over and over again, like I explained earlier. Filet mignon every week. If I gave my camera filet mignon every week, he just ain't gonna eat it. He's gonna get sick of it until he wants grilled pate. Okay? That's what he wants. Yeah. and welcomes us to a Raw for the ages. Like I said, it's a crappy Raw anyways to begin with. Then hit another spear. Roman Reigns comes out to do that, and you got the Cincinnati police way nearby to probably arrest him, take him out the ring, and score him out. As he wasn't supposed to be here anyway, but he thought in the Reigns. That was just the angle that worked at everything else, didn't it? That was perfectly clever. That was real good. Yeah, I give you that right there. I give you that one. Okay? When we get into that, we know fans is hugely pop because Reigns, he said he was done listening and no one takes orders from him. He listens to the WWE universe, the fans that that we will pop this up earlier tonight. But Roman Reigns just doing his job saying he listens to the fans, but he doesn't really care that much about the fans like he said he does. Because if he did, well, he would switch over to the dark side. That's what he would do. That is the fault of the chairman. Once you shove Reigns down our throats so many times, you cannot regurgitate that. I'm sorry to say, I am cool with him on side in real life and every other thing that he does, and will he have fun? He's still a human person, but it does not excuse the lacking in the programming and his storytelling of his character. It does not excuse that. That's what it doesn't excuse right there. So once Vince says to Reigns that he can show up where he wants the fans to like it, his report to and pop to the crowd. That's what he says to be happy because he let the floodgates and open, losing all control of music, and interrupt. Daniel Bryan interrupts, and just here's the thing, you have a superstar shakeup. Why in the hell is Daniel Bryan on Raw? Unless, of course, that's right, he must have got sent over to Raw from the superstar shakeup as known on SmackDown. But why would he be on Raw if he's still going for the WWE Championship from Kofi Kingston? It appears he's still in the program and doing something with Kofi Kingston. He's going to dance with Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. That's what he's going to do. So like I said, the superstar shakeup is a freaking joke. Where superstars is going to go back and forth all willy-nilly. Come for SmackDown, go to Raw. Come for Raw, go to SmackDown. It doesn't matter. Except certain other superstars that do like Alexa Bliss, that was just hyping up her hosting WrestleMania or whatever, calling shots for matches in the managerial role. When she was on SmackDown from Raw, that won 2 times or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. They don't take the superstar shakeup very seriously and the brand split draft rules seriously. They just do whatever the hell they want to do. What does it matter to me anyway? I haven't missed much because I haven't watched and been busy with school and trying to do these other projects. Why in the hell should I even care about it now anyways? Why? And somebody goes online and says earlier, well, Triple H NXT and Tyrone. No, you know what? You shut up, okay? That goes for you. If you call yourself a magnificent gamer, you are a loser gamer because I haven't seen you on YouTube putting any games. So I'm playing any games. You suck. Just know that. Just putting out there, you absolutely freaking suck. So you can't tell anybody anything. Just because Triple H was in NXT and he's riding up the NXT's ass and everything else, and you have Stephanie McMahon who's working with her charities, and you have Vince Kerry McMahon who's on XFL's ass, it doesn't make it any more better. And Triple H trying to be in charge because he doesn't want to stand up to their whole daddy-in-law. He doesn't want to do that. No, he does not. And say, look, some of these decisions are not right. So let me be in charge. And you know what happened the last time it happened? When I was another lifetime in another room in this crib, it was like 8-9 years ago, they had a walkout where superstars walked out and that brought in big old Johnny Ace. You may not know him, but John Laurinaitis, a.k.a. Clown Shoes. That's what came in after that. Only for him to be gone and somebody else to take over again. That's all that happened. Yep. So you can't tell me nothing, about Triple H running things and how good he is at NXT, that he's going to be good doing it in the program for Raw. Yeah, NXT is a good step up and a good ground for all these superstars who try to develop who they are and get more into their character, the matches, and all that stuff. Yeah. That's all malarkey good. Whatever. But if they get to the main roster, it turns to poop. That's what happens when they mess them all up and butcher some of their stuff that they once was. That's what happens. And why? Because they have to dress up a certain way for the little kitties, and the little beautiful, pretty little women who always got to dress up and impress the women there with the little kitties, so they could get points for hugging them and them smiling saying, thank you for shaking the hand of my kids and giving them glasses and stuff and cakes. That's all good. That's all good, Doesn't make it any better. But yeah, Brian Marsh's Ian is the first appearance losing to Kofi Kingston. Blah, 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 blah. That dream is like it's a dream. Asking Brian what he's doing and says what happened WrestleMania's travesty. He lost, yes. Benjamin Dope, we all know the injury, So if he lost, he gave over to Daniel Bryan. And someone said that he's not Davis of a champion. At least he's something though, right? But that's fault, anybody that out there, hey. And slapping, around pancakes and stuff like that. Now he's a champion. That's what Brian is spewing. I don't give a rat's ass. All this is just 100% crap anyways. That's what I'm thinking because I'm trying to keep up with everything throughout the week because I'm dealing with some unknown mysterious forces every single time. Whatever. And Brian thought he and Vince could have an intellectual conversation between them once he heard Romans coming to Raw, but New Day's interrupting there, and the key to apart from Kofi is by himself. Yeah. But why do you have Kofi Kingston being on Raw, though? Oh my God, why? Ugh. Either you're deaf, Vince McMahon, or you just refuse to listen finally for one time what somebody is saying to you. I think you're freaking deaf in one ear and out the other. You don't listen to what the universe is saying. You channeled that through Roman Reigns. And he is absolutely right when he told you that he listens to them. And apparently he's telling you that you don't. Because the whole thing doesn't make any freaking sense. Okay? Man. If you ask me, there's no order in anything. You're just doing whatever it's just superstars left and right going on each other's brands. The superstar shakeup don't mean jack shit. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean anything. Brian, of course, says, like any other good antagonist, that his win was a fluke. And says the 11-year journey is so all a pancake throwing novelty and should have never made it in the first place, As he said, he says the win was a fluke. Typical thing. You don't tell me y'all know what I'm talking about. I know these antagonists when they lose championship after a while, somebody else wins a while first time, a long time after a while. Well, sometimes you must know, yeah, whatever. And they say this a fluke. I know the lingo talk. Come on now. Get real with that. And then Vince say he has an epiphany that there's a wild card rule that 3 members of Raw go to SmackDown on occasion, and 3 must go to SmackDown, go to Raw. Okay, good for them. If it really means anything, rather. But I'm always thinking if you're gonna have a superstar shakeup, then they shouldn't just come over any time unless this just calls for a special occasion. Anniversary of SmackDown, anniversary of Raw, whatever time, superstars is on before and they show up. That's what I'm thinking, right? They're not going to do that for a long time, though. That ain't going to happen. So maybe like the rest of the year to next year or something like that. And Brian would say he didn't come out for fun and doesn't care about if he wants a WWE champ. He wants a shot again. And could we argue some more music towards our country? McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, or whatever else you're gonna call him, the psycho killer or whatever. But find this I'm calling him the Scottish psychopath. Okay, if you want to be consistent on who the hell he is, he's the Scottish psychopath. All right, that's exactly what he is. That's what he is, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he is. Okay. But you says if this will get under his control, well, he's going to back up and stop those, and that's what he does. He's most 100% raw. And Carl himself gets on the mic, well, man, he walks towards the ring, and he just says that's what he wants to do in WWE. That's just gibberish. That's what he wants to do. And just like it says that Roman is an egomaniac, and it's going to get a Claymore and they kick him down to earth and everything. And says he's going to work for Drew, and says tonight, this moment, and that's what's the main event later on for the night, more than that in this video. That's what I say. And it says Bill just might never forget. And it said music is an AJ Styles comes out also has a pop though too. And I was kind of thinking that AJ Styles and Dark Star retake Seth Rollins. So whichever, there's no real no consistency, and maybe it's just turned to something that two guys say who the best man is. After he shake his head and everything, it's kind of murky because Seth Rollins is this champion. He's just on the good side, and AJ Styles is so on the good side. They may have teased this before when the Brethren just come in place and you have Roman Reigns on Raw with his cousins, with the Usos, and then when they go against each other, and it was him. One was with the Usos and AJ Styles was with the club. Yeah, that's how it went there. And they was accusing each other, attacking each other back and forth. That wasn't really any quick cut thing. That was blurring the lines. That's what that was. I call it. I don't care if it's the right fact or anything. I call it that. Big deal. Okay, back from the break. Okay, so you have Vince asking AJ what's up and asking what he's doing out there and with the rules, the car rules, talking about the show is on time. And, what Seth was saying it was his show and it's the Monday Night Raws, and Vince would say that actually this is his program. But if it was your program, though, Vince, you would actually be on it more than you are on SmackDown, or just as much as you are. We see you more on SmackDown Live, which I don't ever care to watch either, because that's turned the crap into shitter, and it comes on tomorrow night, and it's going to be the same thing, same redundancy, same repetitive crap that is on Raw in the first place, because you're counting on shoving everything down my throat and anybody else's throats, and they try to keep up with so much during the week. Okay? You can't understand that because you think everybody thinks like you, and you think everybody's in the same schedule as you, and they're not. Everybody doesn't do 4 or 5 hours of sleep like you, Vince. They actually do 8 full hours of sleep because they don't want their legs cramping because they don't drink enough water and everything. And they got to try to buckle their sleep to look at 10 hours of wrestling for the eyes start getting sleepies and all in them in bags and whatever. No. Everybody is not like you. Everybody isn't all buff that's 70-something years old. Get with that program, okay? As soon as you do, the better off you will be. You might as well take your medicine and it make you feel all better later on. That's exactly what it would do. And there, good sir. Okay, man. Anyway, this was say actually it's his show. So that's that horse malarkey, that cow manure. And then this reason something to do with us champion. Yeah, that's what I say. Mother saying his program and all that stuff. And so now it would be AJ Styles and Seth Rollins going against Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin. I don't know whether you put these two together because they can probably barely stand each other right now. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, because he's not in sucker punch. But he wanted to confront AJ Styles, so you forced them to get along with each other. Good job. Gotta applaud you for trying to put enemies together who supposedly can't stand the hell. And you want to see them beat the crap out of each other instead of them kissing each other, and forcing them to get along with each other when they really don't. You see how that worked in the past, right? And it just doesn't work at all. One person ends up attacking another because they just can't stand each other. That's what that is. That's what that's about, okay? You just know that. And once you know that, the better off you're going to be. So Corbin and Lashley are in control in the matchup. But actually, wouldn't mind actually seeing Corbin lose, take an L for once every now and then, because I can't stand him to get all these W's every single time he's in the match. And there's two people against each other. I know it wouldn't be a tie problem if you seen AJ Styles and Seth Rollins against each other for once. That way you can see who the better person is. And it wouldn't be a big deal if you had either AJ Styles or Seth Rollins turn over to the dark side too and switch over. Instead of just having, these same old tag matches. We gotta have, Teddy Long's ideas to anybody. Let's say another tag match. Holla player. Boy, do they miss Teddy Long so much. He's probably retired and enjoy his retirement, even if he is. You don't know that. I don't want to start anything rumor confirm he's retired, because we all did that with the Undertaker, right? Say he's retired when he really isn't. He's only retired when he says he is. But Teddy Long is just not GM, anything in the program with WWE. He's back behind the scenes or whatever, practically. Production work or whatever. But whatever. You want to keep having these redundant tag matches and everything and put in two against two people every week? Fine. Be my guest. It's not going to be that great anyways. The Lashley knocks AJ back in the shoulder, and it hits the ropes, and AJ nails a dropkick and sends Lashley down. That's what's next. Rollins applaudis his partner. Okay, they get along for each other for the moment. Alright, that's okay. AJ does his team now. Lashley. And they will try to sneak Rollins, so there's AJ the sneak attempt and everything, and sends Rollins taking Lashley down. They start in the forward Corbin. That's where you're back in the break again. And that's where you have Rollins down, corner, and Lashley points the 2 count and sends Rollins down out the ring. Mind you, this there's no surprise there, because he's a dominant one. He's a dominator, but this is the destroyer. Yeah, whatever he is now. But I ain't seen much. He's the destroyer. I forget, right? And John Rollins in the corner, and Corbin defense, and the pin, and Rollins finally connects it. The headbutt to the corner. And so from the court, there's a try tag, and AJ's fighting in there. They shows the court sitting in the fence. And the court maintaining domination. The ring, the corner, Lashley's in control. This is going on forever, though. So there's into the corner, and Rollins leaps out. But Rollins on the fence on Corbin. And Corbin rolls up a 2 and a handful of tights. And that's what this is like going on ever. Rollins taking everything seen, and John fans are popping Rollins ready up stomp. When is this move was not used in a while, I'm now starting to bring it back. Because I remember all he's using is the pedigree, Triple H's pedigree. And I guess they didn't want to do that for too long anyway, excuse me, my nose. And they kind of didn't want to do it for too long, because you already, you slayed 2 people before, you had Triple H and you had Brock Lesnar. So we might as well just start calling you the Beast Slayer 2 and bringing back your stump, because you did that before. We was last calling you said Mr. Cub stump and everything a few years back. But that's when Rollins is on the other side, the dark side. He's literally on the good side, but it seems like he wear a white hat. This is a white and black hat, by the way. Anyway. And Corbin takes advantage of the distraction at the end of the day. It's the Rollins for the pin. Those Gen fans really look at the rap. AJ's next down, Rollins, and then walks out the ring. Oh yeah, I think I'm seeing now that AJ Styles is gonna have a chance to be into the dark side. He's switching now to antagonist, and Seth Rollins is gonna still remain on the good side, because now he's done got out his house on SmackDown, so he's in a new house. He's on Raw now, so of course that's gonna happen initially. It doesn't matter anyway, because AJ Styles is going to cross over from Raw to SmackDown, sometimes SmackDown to Raw. The whole superstar shake-up thing, that's a freaking joke, because they're just going to cross from one each other's brands to the other. That's what they're gonna do anyways. Doesn't really matter. So it doesn't even really matter. See, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want to do anyway. And Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley win. It wouldn't be such a bad idea to have Seth Rollins win once in a while. But this 50-50 booking, to be honest, I ain't missed nothing much. I ain't missed nothing. I really haven't. It's some of the same thing over and over again. So I do myself a favor by not watching for a while. And probably not going to really watch until next year or year after next when I get out of school. Because I just don't have the time for it. It's just too much going on at one time. You watch one soap opera during the day on this platform, then you're watching wrestling, then you do your other stuff with your novels, then you're on here, you do this channel. There's a whole lot of other stuff going on. And can nobody guess and spectate that until you try to be some wrestler's personal assistant now? Nicole S. Can it not be? Magnificent gamer. Yep. If you are that, right? But after the match, Rollins will cover some Lizard Corbin music, goes to replays. There's McIntyre versus Ryan Corbin. And Brian rematches from WrestleMania, which I never cared to be there anyway in the first place. I'm 35. And see after the Miz last week, where there's a Shane McMahon. There's just there's a lot of crap that was going on. Sammy and Bray, the egos are miserable. The fans are how they still have to live with their misery and everything. Well, you may be part right on that, huh, Sammy saying. You may be part right. Because some fans like me, we have better things to do than to look at you put us down, Sammy saying. So all I gotta say to you is this. That's all I gotta say. And screw you, you know. You're miserable because you haven't been in a decent program since the last time you was put on the shelf. And I don't want to be surprised you get back on the shelf again. You jackwagon. That's what you are. But finally comes out, and these names Braun Strowman. He's going up against him. Sammy stares down Braun, marches to the ring. They had a history, though, one time ago, and I just started this channel. Well, I was just getting ready to start it. This Sammy was this underdog after he had the redemption story in NXT, and then he came to the roster. And then, well, he had to program Braun Strowman back when Braun Strowman was very forceful and dominant. Not like the joke he's made out to be now, through the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and throwing up two sitcom comedy jerk-offs, you know, wherever they were, and they say that they're quote-unquote wrestling, they'll believe that most of this stuff is real and is fake, when they was antagonizing him with WrestleMania, and got their asses creamed back at the beginning of last month, out there in MetLife, in New Jersey, when I was there, yes. Man, but though the goddess is okay in the match. Yeah. And Braun Strowman could be more dominant, and he could be going for the Universal Championship. But no, the powers that be in McMahon didn't go be champion. They really knew for Seth Rollins to be champion, which I have no problem with. That's cool too now, because it's a long time he's champion. That's a good look. That's good. I'm for that now. That's finally good for once. And you give a pause for that. That's good. But down the road, it wouldn't be such a bad idea to have Strowman become credible and being a champion. You know. I blame this on Baron Corbin, right? If he had never gotten that limo that night, then Strowman never would have destroyed McMahon's car and been so gruffly angry, and McMahon would have never said, "You're gonna raise your force to me now? Or you destroy a car, it's crappy, you're gonna raise your force at me? Well, now you're out of the event for WrestleMania now against Brock Lesnar. He could have been champion if they built him up enough, but they don't want to do that. You just might as well go ahead and put two of my favorites together and have an angle with each other. You might as well put Bliss and Strowman up together like this force that And that's probably the way he'll be a champion. No, better get scratched that. You looking at this video, don't do that. I don't want to encourage you to it because I probably want in fantasy keep her to myself. I probably don't want him with her because I like him too, but I also like her as well. I don't want them together, because I'm a real man. I ain't gonna want them together. How crazy would I be to want them together? And I like both of them. I know, in the words of Hollywood Rock, right? Have some respect, you sheep, or whatever. Which one you choose, together or not, right? 2003 Rock, right? Whatever. Man. Or it's a 2002 Rock. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah. But that's when you just came back anyway. You was bashing what's going on in, in the world and everything. Whatever. But so anyway, as Sammy was through the crowd and rapping past the announcers, and Braun displayed some real speed there, and like he's chasing up after. Because there was times when, okay, Mick Foley, he was raw GM. He was trying to convince Sammy, and that's when Steffi didn't really like Sammy, trying to convince him that you went against Braun Strowman. Anytime you try and beat that, and finally you got Braun Strowman. And it was back and forth 50-50 booking in, because Braun Strowman just had to have this win up over on Sami Zayn. And this is where he was real badass. But when they changed his character over to the good side, is when Kane finally stepped him in the back at a Team Raw versus Team SmackDown Survivor Series 2 years ago. Yeah, that was 2017. That's how I figured. That's when I just started getting white hot with this channel. That's when it started getting really, really hot there at the time. And so what happened was he came over side. And it was just this crazy booking. Okay, 1 minute, okay, Strowman is over on the good side. Then he's back over the bad side. We had everybody else showing up, like Roman Reigns, anybody else, and Seth Rollins or whoever. And the Shield. And he's with Baron Corbin last year and them. Next thing you know, he's back over the good side. And switch over the bad side, back over the good side. That's what started happening a year later, which was last year. They just made Strowman to be a freaking joke. I knew that from the get-go. Never mind the mismatch challenges with Alexa Bliss and all that stuff, which was okay for charity. But they was making him a joke in the first place after a while. That's what they were doing. You going around, walking around outside, dressed up in an elf costume for Christmas and all this stuff. Ugh, this company, man. Yeah. No wonder why you have your fans leaving in droves and people going in droves. Because of this crap. Yep, that's what this is. If they go to AEW, do not blame them for doing that. Yeah. Be an AEW mark, I would encourage. Yes. Not this whole crap about you don't like it, don't watch it. You watch it, you want it to get better. And somebody wants to get on me on this platform 2 or 4 weeks later in the row behind each other and tell me what I don't know and I'm talking about and stuff. But if I went to a fair and it all went all that great and I'm just seeing the same outcome, I'm going to say something about it and voice my displeasure too. Because now what do I have on my face right here? I have a mouth. That's right. So I'm going to say something about something that I don't like. That's like if you're going to a fast food restaurant and you go to Wendy's and you get a 4-for-4 deal and you want a chicken sandwich with no cheese and no mayo because you don't eat cheese and you don't like mayo, and you want the 10-piece chicken nugget with honey mustard sauce, fried in the vanilla frosty, and they give you the 10-piece chicken nugget with honey mustard sauce, fries, vanilla frosty, and let the ketchup add with the fries and the vanilla frosty. They give you the chicken sandwich with the cheese and the mayo on it. And you specifically told them you don't want it. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to complain to them about it. You're going to force your displeasure. That's what WWE is. It's getting bad orders in a restaurant drive-thru. That's what happens. Okay? That's what happens. You bad orders in a restaurant drive-thru. Think about that now for a minute. And I just want you to think about that. Yeah? Or if you go to a show where I'm at, and they give you a chicken sandwich, but they have the cheese on, and you didn't want the cheese, you're going to go to show and complain to them about it. even though they're good and they don't mess up as much usually as one of these where if you get 4 for $40 or go to McDonald's and they give you some chicken sandwich and has mayo on it. And then it seems as if though they probably spit on because you confronted them about saying, you think I'm stupid? And their feelings a little hurt and they have bitch feelings, just like some of you assholes on here who get mad anytime somebody puts down your smoke, Triple H. You put down their own Hunter. I'm not knocking his accomplishments for NXT, but it's going to be another walkout again, storyline walkout like it was in August of 2011. Summer of Punk. You think I'm stupid? You think I'll remember that day when I was in the little room with the rest of this house? You think I'll remember when everybody walked out? Who Lois truly, who was in the company there, CM Punk. When he walked, well, he didn't walk out, but he stuck around, and all the goodies were going against each other in matches because the villainous was out the ring. The antagonist at the time. I know you're the bad guy, right? That's what I know. Then they had to come back because they got powers that beat us back in charge now. And that's what happened. He didn't make it no better either because he asserted his power. We all believe in people power, don't we? John Laurinaitis. People power. Yeah, but why don't you bring him back or bring back Eric Bischoff and you can make Raw a little bit more decent because at least when he was GM or general manager, the program has some kind of consistency, right? Only for him to get fired and left to go again. It's the revolving door of general managers, like on SmackDown. And if you have a good general manager on SmackDown, you'll have the antagonists complain about them not doing their job, so they'll leave again. That's what happened. But that's what happens when you have too many people in charge. All them other promotions, they don't be all up in their superstars' butts. They don't put a chokehold on them and keep them trapped in shackles and chains and prison. I don't blame you for that, John Moxley. You get out of there. Yeah, and that's a good for a change. You get out. You get out of the proverbial prison that's known as WWE, where they keep their superstars chained in shackles. They change your name and put you only the one name and a first name or a last name where they want to. And they strip you of all the best stuff that was about you. Well, they screwed you over. You were cool. Yeah. And they used to throw a house party and all this crap, yada, yada, yada. And bomb glass and toys with scoots around. They used to throw a house party with Jack and the Kalisko and all of them. And they just don't, all this Luchasaur house party we have every week. Luchasaur house party 1. And everything. So you got Braun Strowman fight with them too. Freaking Joe, where is he? Is he on the good side or the bad side? I really didn't care for telling about this match right now through the whole thing. Because we have to have a party every freaking week. Really? Do you need to have a party every freaking week? No, I don't think so. But we're in the break and some more. Wait, no, we're something else. That's not what happened between Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. And now, if I missed it lately, Samoa Joe is now calling Rey Mysterio out to his son, Dominic. Oh, I remember Dominic, that's right. That's when late great Eddie Guerrero was feuding with his friend Rey Mysterio when he was still living at the time. And Eddie Guerrero was antagonist in the story and was calling Rey Mysterio. And the only person that did do it mess with one of Rey Mysterio shows CM Punk. That was kind of a different story at the time. It was Spectrum or another. I remember Dominic. Don't tell me I know what I'm talking about. I remember Dominic. We want to do this personal stuff. This is stories, okay? In the ring. Dominic is all grown up now, though. Wow. I see him now. He's probably look like he's practically grown now. Because it's been a long time. I think he's like a kid thing. He might be like maybe late teens, early 20s or something like that. Late teens, early 20s. He's practically grown right now. But Samoa Joe told him that he was, his father, something he said, that I didn't catch all of it. And when he says goodbye, son, in separate ways, Mojo comes walking us, stalking him, saying that we're starting backstage in Dominic's face, by his dad, or the message backstage is that he may have upper hand weekly against them for money in the bank. That's just basically it. That's it, anyways. I ain't missed that either. Lacey Evans now. She goes against some newbie. What's her name? Audi Katrina. Audi. They have to have an Audi in WWE because I know they have an Audi over in the other promotions while they're. So now it's just WWE saying, "Oh, we gotta top this because we can have other promotions." Well, you better get on your game and say all this stuff that you're doing, you know. And the ring, Lacey Evans of the match, and you got Naomi who's out next. And you feeling the glow, you know. And then Natalia is out, Dana Brooke and Alexa Bliss is out last. My favorite is out last. The guys is out last. She's looking kind of different because she's getting hit and down and all that stuff. Looking different than she usually is looking, still beautiful anyways, matter of fact, and looking great and all. And let's face it off for enhancement time. That's what Lacey Katrina is. So this is like more of an enhancement time up to see if Lacey ever has what it takes to be championship material and potential. When she's in interview, she is. Don't quote me on it, I'm just saying it. And she's against her in the ring. Like she was in the main event before, and she was against Natalia in the main event. And against Becky Lynch, and they had that brawl last week and fighting each other up in the ring. They had a war of words and everything. That's what happened. She's attacking when she came to confront Becky 2 belts, you know. Well, we call her that because she's going to be Becky 1 belt in a minute come Money in the Bank. And then maybe down the road, maybe Becky no belts, the way they book everything and write everything, the way they write it. They keep going the route that they're going. She's going to be Becky 1 belt, from Becky 1 belt to Becky no belts, you know. You have a target on your back, Becky 2 belts. Somebody's going to go for the Raw Women's Championship, and they're going to go for a SmackDown Live Women's Championship. But guess which one that I'm liking in my prediction down right now, I'll give you a taste of it now, that I'm doing one of the other videos, that she's going to hold on to. It's going to be the latter. It's not going to be the other championship from Raw. No. Because somebody else might want that one. They might give them that one. The way they book everything anyway. And plus the SmackDown Women's Championship is usually a joke. When you had Asuka half of it and she would not show up for weeks on end. When she was the freaking champion, she wasn't main eventing up in Fastlane nor WrestleMania with that championship for too long. Well, not WrestleMania, but she wasn't main event in Fastlane, but she was in WrestleMania. They was making sure of that. She wasn't even showing as much. Only to lose it to Charlotte and Becky Lynch. And Charlotte is good, but do you really have to give her like the championship that quickly? My God. Ugh. Do you realize the booking? Come on now. Do you realize what you're doing? The writing, the storytelling? This just writes itself. A monkey can do better than this. Even my cat can write better than this. And other superstars from the Ram, that's it. They're like looking back on everything. And Evans gives them some attention using them when after the match. And calls them nasties. Because she's a lady. My lady at WWE, Lacey Evans, the Southern Belle, they call them nasties. Well, you're a nasty too. You're a Southern nasty belle. You're a nasty Southern belle. Though you have this put up bra and your little thing to the package to the side down there. You ain't no better than them because you know why? You have to show your real self too. You ain't no better than them. You gotta double down just like Bliss, Natalia, Naomi, and the rest of them. So you are no better. And you're going to be like them and like it. Because you're a part of the machine too. That's right. You either like it or you get out just like the rest of them and go over to AEW. That's what you do. Yeah. But you're too new for that. You suck up to McMahon before you leave there. That's what you'll do. You suck up to McMahon before you leave there. That's what you'll do. Yeah. She calls them nasties, but she's gonna be nasty herself. That's why I look at like better than us. When this season banter there between Alexa Bliss and Natalia, whoever. Well, not Natalia, Daniel Brooke, who's Alexa Bliss saying she's nasty, But she won't get out saying anything anyway. That'd be too real for Alexa Bliss if she said anything and called her out on her crap. Like she did Sami Zayn on the moment of Bliss like a couple of weeks back when she was telling him in Quebec, Canada, maybe it's not the fans' fault. Maybe it's your fault. Maybe it's you're the reason why everything is mostly the way it is. Maybe it's your fault. And I looked up, I was like, the guys is actually saying this. And then she adds some part of it in her, but she's actually saying it though, and standing up for this and standing up against it and stuff. But she knows she has it in there somewhere. And deep down inside, it's some good side of her instead of this mean girl, you know, characteristic of her. You know, she has it in there. I read she said that in the interview. She has it in there somewhere, but she just get it out. There's little hiccups and blemishes of it. Like I seen when she came down the ring to the rescue with the absolution and saved Mickey James for a further attack from them. And she's asking her, "You okay? Yeah, all right." And she attacked and she, saved them. Like, somebody will portray on here in this platform, by the way, that they're the gods and say, "Well, I don't know if I saved that old lady," and somebody told her to shut up and stuff like that. Like when they trolling you. But that was not, we don't know if that's the real Alexa Bliss or not. But that wasn't. Okay? Because she would not really comment and respond. She has too much to do in her day to respond to petty stuff like that. And she has enough going on as it is. She's not going to respond to stuff like that. No. But, we have everything else going on. And we have Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, Ricochet versus Robert Roode. I don't know why I'm just listening to him a lot. And it's never called Robert Roode, it's Bobby Roode now. Okay? I'm calling him Bobby Roode, so why we change his name all of a sudden? Why you change his name? Really? Come on now. Mm-hmm. It was a Bash Go commotion. They hype that match is up next anyways. Or Reigns versus McIntyre on night event. Oh, but we back to this. We're still on the match that who wins to the knot. Lacey Evans won the match. That's what she won. I just caught up to that. As she seemed to around and everything. So it's really not really telling anything anyways. There's the need in the form that in the ring and pins in the match. Well, she had pin. And she got it, So oh, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going over all these old things. Ricochet won that match and stands tall with Money the Banks company. I've since seen nothing about Bobby Roode. Excuse me, I also say Robert Roode. I'm looking else up into, this is going to be done with by tomorrow, right? And also, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe for Money in the Bank and everything. We went through that though too. Yeah, we still on that though. Yeah, Lacey Evans pins Ali Katrina with the women's right. And they said that's her move, the women's right. For the pin. They have to give us some type of memory, something going Money in the Bank and everything. But I honestly don't know. I would be surprised if Lacey Evans even won the Money in the Bank. Because supposed to be hyping up Alexa Bliss to get pushed to the moon, have to win it a second time. For her to be a third time champion again, Raw Women's Champion, collectively be a 2-time. You know what that is. She's going to be a 6-time women's champion. Are you trying to match up to Mickey James's record? Then I believe that's what will probably happen in the future. She's going to get herself back in the Raw Women's Championship picture. That's what she's going to do. I'll be all for it because at least she go and be on the good side and be a women's champion. We'll see that be a nice fit for her for a minute. Now she could use some of her same mean girl tactics to go a little bit so she won't have this disadvantage against anybody over her. That's what that is. And another for enough you having larger than life characters, superstars, and character, like you and that back in the day at the time. That's because times are different now. And they try to build everybody up on the fly because they think that tomorrow's is not going to be there constantly. They think tomorrow's not going to be there constantly. They keep rushing and doing everything for the first time and keep just getting and speeding it through. They get all this adrenaline and everything, but they're on E every single time. Now, when if they ever get any sleep, they get 5-6 hours of sleep. That's bad for your legs. You'll be getting cramps and you don't want that. That's bad. just get worried about that. I'm just saying, you know. And Evans just stand tall. The certain bell, the certain lady of WWE will stand tall and everything. And Cole Parks, SmackDown Championship, Becky 2 belts, Money in the Bank, and she'll bring her title, But she didn't defend the title for the Blue Brand too, though. That's what she'd be doing. She's mocking the champions to the ramp, and she forms to the back, And Becky's ass is popping. She's brawling with Evans. And so three, and they go forward in the back, control and everything. They disarm and it retreats until to the ring. We see Daniel Bryan complaining about losing the championship, right? Of course, you see all that coming. This went down a bit. I know some other numerous stuff have happened during the night, And for some reason, I'm not allowed to really look at or see anything about it. And by now, that's really crazy, though. Yep, so give me a chance to explain that, though. Everything else that happened I ever left out, like probably Bray Wyatt's Fiery Funhouse of Fun and Mission East on probably championship and everything. We know all this. And Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Poop. But I don't really even care because I know that again, some mysterious forces are preventing me from ever telling, looking at through the phone, never telling what's going on with this company and everything else. But if you don't like me, and I'm gonna stop and say this, for a minute and telling everything on here, and you're trying to prevent me from doing it, and you know who you are, you're not gonna stop me from doing it. I'm gonna continue to do it. Even tomorrow, I'm going to upload this video, and I'll do one going for SmackDown Live before it changes over to SmackDown when it goes on Fox later this year. Fox Sports. Whatever. But you are not going to stop me from doing the channel. The world does not revolve around you, and I don't give a damn if you want to push your little lobsters on Instagram and post yourself. You know who you are. Your name begins with the letter Q. You don't scare me. Your bark and your bite ain't bigger than my bark and bite. You ever met anybody else you ever faced in your life before? You're not going to continue to stop me from my stuff, my school and my book stuff, and doing these channels. You're not going to stop anything. You're the one wrong. You're the one wicked. You're the one mean. You're the one practicing all that air and water stuff that you believe in. Okay? I'm not doing none of that. You're not going to project and put that on to me. We're going to see who's going to come out on top this year. You want to stay around, but I'm staying around too. The Ray show is not going to die. We're not going to do it all the time, but it's not going to die. But half of this review is cut off for other stuff anyway. So, whatever else happened, and you want to find for yourself and cut up reviews for that, that's on you. So, this is all I'm going to say for that. Until the end, I'm out. Leave your comments, say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. Like, don't like one of the shirts I got in my room, I don't care. Whatever. And good night.